Okay, so today we're starting with a triangular stepping drill. I like to use this drill as a warm-up. Gets the hands and eyes and the brain all working together. Uh, and it's actually quite useful for thinking about leg checking, footwork. So this is what I refer to as a male triangle because the point is forward. You notice I'm stepping and switching the stance as we go. So leg check, and then a switch step. Okay, and we'll be going in the other direction in a second. I'm looking down right now because I don't want to step on the cones in order to show you the drill. Naturally, those cones wouldn't be there, and you'd be stepping in that pattern. The space is about a foot, about shoulder's width with the feet. And you notice the stance turns every time you're in a front side. You're in a front stance. You got to make sure your front foot's closed off. You're not presenting your center to him. Okay, so again, just working in the other direction. A leg check, a switch step at the front, a leg check as you step back, or a leg check as you step forward. Okay, that can also be when something's just coming at your knees and you're just getting your legs out of there. It could be a low kick or a stick or whatever is coming at your legs. Okay, once you have the pattern, you want to look head up, which I'm not doing, and start to move in a smooth fashion. Okay, all right, technique we're going to be working at is a jab and a wide hook. So someone's in an orthodox stance facing you. Right now I'm starting in an orthodox stance. So I'm looking at a left jab and a right hook. We want to pax out the jab, step into the hook. All right, so we're actually going to attack that arm a little bit by going forward. This will put us on his inside line. So pak sao, bong sao, pak sao, bong sao to step into the hook. Pak sao the jab, bong sao stepping towards the hook. So you notice stepping away from that first punch, get on the outside of it, and then move into the second punch. So pak sao, bong sao. Okay, so this time I'm just starting from a right front stance, pak sao, bong sao. Remember to keep the weight 50-50. That bong sao elbow must be up high enough to cover the punch. So if the punch is a little bit higher, you would just raise the elbow a little bit higher. Alright, so now we're going to go pak sao, bong sao, lap sao to catch the arm, bill sao strike on the carotid artery on the inside of the neck, and pull the head down with the knee strike. Okay, so pak sao, bong sao, lap sao punch, hook him with a collar tie, pull the head down, and hit him with the knee strike. So pak sao, bong sao, lap sao strike, knee. Notice I'm coming down on that front knee. We're placing it down into a front stance. We're not moving back. We're stepping forward and into him. We're going to use that in the next part of this technique. Okay, looking at it from the other side. Again, pak sao, bong sao stepping in, lap sao, foot sao strike to the neck, hooking the neck and bringing him down with the collar tie for a knee strike. Now think of being on the inside of both arms here. So I step to the outside of the first punch, into the second one, catch him, bring the head down, and hit him with the knee. Now that knee strike could be into his midsection, into his head, whatever, wherever you're kind of aiming it for. Right now, I'd be aiming for his chest with this, not so much his head, because the next strike we're going to do, which you'll see in a couple of seconds, will lead into it. So again, pak sao, bong sao, lap sao, knee, and down. Okay, so now we're going to add in the next strike. After the pak sao, the bong sao, and the knee, Then we're going to actually throw a low side kick at his support, at his front leg, sorry. I'm hitting it from the inside of the knee. Okay, so Pak Sao, Bong Sao, Lap Sao, knee, shoot the same leg down. That's why we want to keep that leg in front and not pull it back. Couple at speed. Alright, putting it on the other side. Knee, and shoot it down for the inside of the front leg. Again, this position, he's facing me in a southpaw stance, so we're mirror image. I have a right foot forward, he has his right foot forward. Oh, sorry, yes, he has his right foot forward. And this is moving to the inside, outside of that jab, inside of his hook punch, bringing the head down, striking with the knee, and then shooting it down for the inside of that front leg, taking him out the knee, inside of the knee. Now remember, we're moving across the front of his body here. Alright, and we put a finish on this. So we get into the inside of him, take out the front leg, and now we're going to trigger step and hit that back leg. So again, I'm kicking out both legs now. Knee, low side kick, low round kick. Okay, so Pak Sao, Bong Sao, Lap Sao strike, knee, low side kick, low round kick. You need the trigger step so you can step and get distance on that rear leg. You've got to step to it a little bit, and you want to really hammer it anyway. This is going to further bring his head down a little bit and set us up for a final finish to this whole technique. I know it's a little bit hard to imagine. You have to kind of imagine where you're at on his body here. So I'm pushing off his jab. I get on the inside of his hook, snap him on the side of the neck, bring his head down for a knee, kick out his front knee, and then I go after his rear leg from the inside. So on the inside of both legs with his kicks. Okay. And as always, we all mess up once in a while. I do it a lot. But that's the whole idea of training, is to try and perfect these things. Visualization is a real key part to this. Okay, so we've switched stance. We're working across the other side now. Again, he throws his right jab. He throws his left hook. I get on the inside of it and work him from there. So Pak Sao, Bong Sao, Lap Sao strike, knee, low side kick, trigger step, low round kick. We're really looking at breaking his support, breaking his base out from under him a little bit, and bringing him off balance. Sifu used to tell me, he's a big guy, you got to chop down the tree a little bit. Bring him down to a size where you can hit him comfortably rather than trying to go up to him. I'm a big fan of breaking somebody's balance whenever possible. It means that it makes it hard for them to counter effectively. And therefore, you get the next move. Alright, so now we're putting a finish in it. Okay, so we get the Pak Sao, Bong Sao, Lap Sao, the knees, the low round kick. We give him a 1-2 or 2-1 to the head, and then a body shot. So if I'm going to this side of him, I'd be aiming for his liver with this body shot. Bang. Finish him right there. Pak Sao, Bong Sao, knee, side kick, low round, couple to the head, and bring the hands up so you can hit him clean in the body. Alright, switching it up, going the other way. Okay, now because he would be in a southpaw stance here, I'd probably be aiming for his spleen or his solar plexus with the body shot. But again, you'll notice I cover with the other hand just in case something's coming back. So if you watch my left hand here, as I body shot, it keeps it up in that guarding position, making sure I'm covering his arms so they're not coming up and inadvertently reaching around my head or smacking me in the side of the head or anything. Alright, putting it onto the dummy. Now, a little bit hard to see the angle here on the dummy, but you got to imagine, first punch comes, we step to the outside of it, Pak Sao, step to the inside of the next arm on the dummy, which would be my Bong Sao, Lop Sao strike, the knee, and the low side kick. Now, once we land that low side kick, we'd step in the same direction and continue through with that foot for the low round kick on the support leg, or his rear leg in this instance. Okay, my back's to you a little bit. I know the angle on this is a little bit hard to see, but still the same thing. Knee, and then the low side kick. So, Pak Sao, Bong Sao, Lop Sao strike, knee, low side kick. Okay, just don't have the other support leg to kick out, so don't want to kick the dummy or kick the base of the dummy. Alright, so once again, remembering that this is a possible counter for a jab and a wide hook. Once you get on the inside one, you can finish them however you like, really. Don't forget, work 2 to 3 minute rounds, do a couple of rounds on each side of the body. And if you like this stuff, please hit the like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll keep it coming.